2.4 is really just more chances for you to have some practice with treble clef. Number 1, 2, and 3, they just want you naming the notes. Now notice that they have now put the lines and spaces together. So some of these notes will be line notes, some will be space notes. Make sure that you're paying attention as you're going through. So this is on our first space, that's going to be an F. Remember, if it's going to help you, go ahead and take your stuff from 2.3. And remember, our lines are every good boy does fine, or EGBDF. If you want to write a little cheat sheet up here that says lines EGBDF, go ahead and do it. And then remember, our spaces spell out FACE. Now this is something that might be new to some of you. If you put the lines and spaces together, realize that it makes a pattern. Because you know that our musical alphabet is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and it repeats over and over and over again. So if you notice here, we have E is our bottom line. Then we have F is our next space. E and F are right next to each other. E, F, G. Well, then we have to repeat, so we have to go back to the beginning. And we have A, B, C, D, E, F. It goes alphabetically between line, space, line, space, line, space, line, space, line, and so on and so forth. It's a pattern that keeps on repeating. So you can, for some people, it's easier to think face and every good boy does fine. For others of you, it might just make sense for you to, if you can just remember, hey, the bottom line is E, and then we have a pattern, E, F, G, A, B, C. You can do that too, it doesn't really matter. So I'm gonna go with the lines and spaces just because that's what I'm pretty used to. So we're gonna go F, A, C, because you know it's a space. Okay, this one's gonna be a line, so we have E, G, and E. And I'm gonna save the rest of these for you. Okay, so down here, we have, they want you to write these notes on the staff using quarter notes. Remember, quarter notes are the notes that look like this. And they introduce something called the stem rule. Stems go up on the right side of the note if the note is below the third line on the staff, okay? So the third line would be every good boy. So it would be the third line or the B line. For every note that is higher than B, or that is lower than B, then the stem will go up. Now, another way to think about this is if you can't remember what the stem rule is, at least for these first few chapters, whenever you're writing in notes, you're gonna have to identify notes like what we did up in 1, 2, and 3 before you have to draw them. So when in doubt, just look for a reference note. Okay, so like for example, F, that's on a line. Okay, so we know that F on a line is gonna be the top one. So let's look over here. Let's see if we can find an F. There we go. So here's an F right here. It's on the top line. Oh look, its stem goes down because otherwise the stem goes down and they're on the left side. So we're gonna draw our note to look exactly like that. So we draw our note and then we're drawing our stem down on the left side. And it should look exactly the same. Because if you think about it, now I'm gonna draw it the wrong way so you can see how weird it looks. It doesn't look right. That just looks weird. It doesn't look right. So trust your eyes and what they've gotten used to seeing. There we go, there's F. Now here they're asking for E that's on the line. Remember, E's our bottom, okay? And our stem is gonna go up because, and it's going on the right side of the note, because the note is below the third line on the staff. So here you're just, these next two lines, you are just writing in the note names and drawing them in, paying attention to this stem rule. So number 6, they're just asking you to write in the counts. Don't worry about counting and clapping the rhythm. This is just good for you to have some practice because it's been since chapter 1 since we did this. So Our time signature is 4/4 time. Quarter note is getting the beat. We're counting up to 4. So that means this is going to be 1, 2, 3-4 because it is because it's a half note. So this is going to be 1-2-3 because we have a dot. This is a dotted half note, not quarter note. Dotted half note. That'll be 4, 1. So it'll be 2-3 and 4. And there's our quarter or our whole note, which is going to get 4 beats. And then you don't have to worry about the rhythmic dictation.